We got so
many gifts.
So many gifts today, you guys. I think
Let me start with this letter really
start
fast.
with the letter. Okay.
We got a letter. Remember, you guys, last week when we read the letter that was like from a fan who ended up being kind of mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, he was trying to be nice, but not. It was like passive-aggressive mean.
Yeah, it was really weird. And
Good morning, everybody.
And so he was calling us either hens on the right, trollops on the right, or...
Gummy bears? Gummy boobs?
Gummy boobs on the right. Anyway, we got another letter because we were talking about how nice it is to get snail mail, right?
Yeah.
So this letter came from Seymour the Pet Rock from Lakewood, Colorado.
All right.
We appreciate this letter very, very
Good
much.
morning. Hello.
Thank you for that.
Hello.
Also from Annette Fox. She says, I want to push this each time I hear the media and a few others. Enjoy, keep speaking truth, and call bullshit when you hear it and see it. God bless, from Annette Fox.
We do. Do it again.
Okay, because it's different every time. I think there's a whole bunch.
Whoa, watch your step. You just walked into some bullshit.
I love it. We're going to use it all the time in our office. We're going to all the time.
So we got that. And then from my friend Jody.
Oh my God.
From
Oh
high
my
school.
God.
You guys, look at these masks that say, you need to fark off.
Fark off, you guys. That's what they say in gold. They say you need to fark off.
Because remember the joke that
Aren't they the greatest?
We told the joke that said, you're not supposed to cough near people, so if someone gets near you, you say, you need to fark off.
For real, those are the best.
I love them so much. And
Thank
I love that
you.
they're plaid.
And I love
that they're plaid.
And they're so soft.
Yeah.
So
and
they're
they were
not
made with
scratchy.
love from Jody.
I know, I love them so much. And I love how they have the thing up here so you can put
Yeah.
them around and then tie them in the back. They're perfect. Thank you so much.
Jody, I love that.
Thank you, Jody.
So sweet. And then
so sweet.
this letter, you guys. Dear Mac and Daisy, I made these bird houses for you.
Oh my God.
I truly hope you like them. Just a small token of appreciation for the way you both make my day every day with your Facebook Lives. I never miss an episode. These bird houses are intended for indoor decoration or may be hung on a closed-in porch. They should not be exposed to rain or elements. Hope you enjoy. Donna Hang from Winterville,
Can you stand
North Carolina.
it? Can you stand? Look at, and then there's leopard on it, you guys, which is my favorite. Leopard is a neutral.
I mean, she
Can you
made
stand?
these
She
by
made
hand.
these. Look at these. They're so beautiful.
with like all kinds of beads and buttons and,
Look at
and
that.
things.
I mean, they're just gorgeous.
I just can't even with
They're
these
so,
gifts.
I love the handmade stuff, you guys. I mean, I just can't get enough. These are spectacular. Thank you.
I'm gonna cry.
Just beautiful.
I can't.
Thank you so much.
What is?
We just
You
appreciate this stuff so much, you guys. Thank you.
I mean,
And this is the kind of stuff like I put in my home and I'm like, oh my God, like somebody made this with their hands. Right? Right?
It's just it's
Cannot
incredible.
deal. Cannot
Best
deal.
community
Yes.
of all time.
Thank you guys. We love you so much.
Of
Thank
all time.
you.
Did you see that Nancy Pelosi is fat shaming Donald Trump?
She's fat shaming him. She called him morbidly obese, you guys.
Well, she said, shall we say, his weight group, which they say
Is morbidly obese.
That's how she did it. So you probably have heard by now that Trump, just out of the blue, said in a briefing that because he had a meeting with the restaurant, whatever, right? Like the
Restaurant Association.
yeah, like whoever, yeah.
Yeah, those people.
Those people. And in the briefing about that meeting, he said that he was taking hydroxychloroquine and that he had been taking it for about a week and a half, 1 pill a day, and that he was going to take it for a while and then he was going to stop taking it. And this came as a rather large surprise.
He was like,
I'm just going to drop this here and then head out. It was so
and
strange.
people were like, oh my God. They were
People
freaking
lost their
out.
minds. I mean,
Yeah.
because it was, I will say, a bit of a shock to hear that he's taking it as a preventative, which is unusual.
It is unusual because usually, or what we've seen at least, is that people take it when they have the virus.
Along with a Z-Pack and some zinc, right?
Yeah,
Like those three things together
Yeah.
are supposed to be
The trifecta.
a possible treatment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of disagreement about that from the medical community, but he consulted with a doctor, and that doctor released a letter that said, we think the benefits outweigh the risks. And so that was a decision he made with his doctor, and whatever, that's on him. It's a surprise. I don't think there's any question about that. But Nancy Pelosi is now saying, she was on with Anderson Cooper last night.
Because she's a doctor now.
And she said, I wish that as our president, he was not taking something that was not recommended by the scientific community because of his age group and his, shall we say, weight group.
Well, I mean, we could say the same for her, right? We wish that she were not putting so much Tracker Jacker juice in her face. Should we say that same thing about her? She's got a lot of Tracker Jacker juice in there, you guys.
There's a lot
in there.
A lot of
I
venom.
mean, sometimes she's unrecognizable. I don't.
There's quite a bit of venom.
We could say the same about her, right?
And she tries to couch it in this way that is concerned.
Like I'm praying for him.
Right.
I'm praying.
She's very concerned.
She's so prayerful, isn't she? She's so Catholic.
It's a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Full of crap.
It's this.
Seriously? That boo-boo-boo.
That's what it is. That's what it is, you guys.
That's what that is.
Hey, Nance. That's what you're full of. We all know it. You're full of that and Tracker Jacker juice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, so that happened. So he is on that. And he says so far he feels like zero side effects of any kind.
I mean, it's,
that he's doing just fine. There's a lot of speculation out on the social media. People are like, do you think he's really taking it? Is he just saying that he's taking it? Why is he taking it? Like, what is his point in taking it? Because it's not really a preventative. So there's speculation is rampant.
Well, everybody's a doctor now. So
right. Everybody's has a thing to say.
Everybody's a scientist.
About that.
Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's a scientist. So let him have it.
So he is having it.
Yeah.
Did you guys see? Did you see the gym owner? The thing that happened with the cops with the gym
Yes,
in New Jersey?
and how the cops came in and they were like, yeah, like here we are, but we're gonna.
I cried. I totally cried. You guys,
Yeah.
did you watch it?
You should probably like say again what happened because a lot of people don't know what happened.
Okay, so Ian Smith is a gym owner of Attilas, I think is the name of the gym in New Jersey.
Kind of a cool name.
And he's a cool dude.
Attilas!
He's like a
Yeah.
complete badass.
Yeah.
He's got this beard, and like you don't expect him to sound the way that he sounds, and then all of a sudden he just sounds like so. I don't know. He's amazing. This guy's amazing. So he was on Tucker like last week saying, listen, gyms are not allowed to open in New Jersey, but I am opening on Monday. Here are all the precautions I've taken. It's going to be members only as it always has been. People voluntarily come. They're going to have to get a temperature check. They're going to have to wash their hands. Everything's been sanitized. Everything's 6 feet apart, blah, blah, blah. He did everything the right way. And so in defiance of that governor's order, Murphy's order, he said he was opening. Well, then Murphy caught wind of it, and yesterday, before the opening, I heard on the news Murphy say he is out of compliance and there will be consequences. So that's what we knew at around this time yesterday. Mm-hmm. Well, then 8 a.m., big crowd gathers, right? Huge crowd gathers in support of the gym opening. The police come. The police say to the crowd, you should all know that you are not in order. Like you're out of your, what's the word? You're not defying it, but you're like, you're,
I would think it would be you're defying it.
There's like a word form, you're in violation. You're all in violation of the executive order. On that note, have a good day, everybody be safe. And then the crowd erupted in cheers, and it was amazing, and then the cops left.
Cops are sick of this bull crap. I think a lot of, not all of them, but a lot of them are like, because listen, a lot of cops are just like you and I, right? I mean,
they don't want to do this.
They don't want to do this. They've got families. They're us, right? They're us. They are working people like us, and they're appalled at what's happening in this country.
The problem is, a couple hours later, more cops came, like cops above those cops.
And they were like, we have to enforce it.
Well, they said, we have been sent here by the powers that be, and we have to issue you this citation. So they gave Ian and his business partner a citation saying that they're going to be fined. They could potentially be fined $2,000 and face 6 months in prison if they don't comply, blah. So Ian was on with Tucker again last night, and Tucker said, what are you going to do? What's happening? And Ian was like, I'm just going to keep things open.
Yeah.
My lawyer's not worried. I'm not going to go to jail. I am not violating any actual law. And so I am going to stay open. And it was amazing. Mm-hmm. He's just a really cool cat, that guy.
Yeah.
Really cool cat.
I just don't, these people, I swear, it drives me insane that this is what we're doing in this country. It's out of control.
Yeah.
I mean, don't even get me started on flying restrictions
we need to talk about that. Let's talk about Ryan first, and then you have to tell that whole entire story.
I mean, it's
because
out of
that
control.
is amazing to me. Really quickly, I don't know if you guys saw that on Monday. No, it would have been Sunday. I don't watch American Idol, but apparently that's still on, and they're somehow doing it remotely. And Ryan Seacrest had, like, he suffered some sort of robotic malfunction. I don't know how else to describe it. Because you saw it.
I
just
saw
showed
it.
to you.
Yeah, I saw it. And like he was on the screen, he was talking, everything was fine, just like we're talking. And then he got off the screen, then he came back on, and
like
one of his eyes was like
like this,
and he
then
he was kind of slurring his speech, which you know it
was alarming to me to see it.
It looks a little bit like he had a stroke.
But then, I mean, it prompted his PR people to come out yesterday and say, look, he did not have a stroke. He's working like 4 different gigs right now. He's just super tired.
Yeah,
so he just needs a day off is all.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, we've been super tired at times, right? I mean, remember when we were writing our book and we started this job, we did all the things. And
we did all the things.
And I don't even know how we got through that time. I don't remember ever having like one eye closed and slurring my speech, you know?
I just don't feel like that's a sign of exhaustion or stress.
And if it is something like that, like if something did happen neurologically, I feel like it would... Like, what's the big deal? You just say, this is what happened. And then other people who have suffered through that see that as, okay, well, you know, he went through that, and here are the signs and symptoms of that. He could use it as an educational tool for other people.
Because wasn't there like a news reporter or a weather girl years ago
Who had a stroke?
But it wasn't a stroke. It was like some side effect of a really weird migraine that she had, where she all of a sudden... her speech, she was saying words that weren't words. Like all of a sudden she was in the middle of a broadcast, and then all of a sudden she looked really confused and then said sounds that weren't actual words, and then just they cut her off.
I don't remember that, but I can see that happening.
Yeah. But she came out later and said this was a scary thing. This is part of a migraine thing, and it was helpful, I thought.
Yeah, this is... Listen,
maybe he'll come out later.
Yeah, I don't see... Why wouldn't you not use it as sort of an educational tool for people, especially if you have that platform? I think that would be, it's a positive thing.
I mean, it's not like people are going to make fun of him.
No.
People, I mean, I think everyone's genuinely concerned. He's a good dude,
He
right?
is a very good dude.
And he works so hard.
Yeah,
There's no question about it.
Yeah, he does.
And I feel like, people
and if it is
wanna
that,
know.
which we don't know if it is that or not, but if it is that, it's nothing to be embarrassed about.
No. I mean,
No.
it's something to get checked out.
Totally.
Right?
No.
All right, you got to tell your...
Oh my
this
God.
is incredible.
So our kids are supposed to, our older kids are supposed to meet us in Texas next week, and they live in California. And we just found out, they've been planning this trip forever, you guys. And we just found out that they are going to be quarantined for 2 weeks, because I didn't know this, but Governor Abbott, which I'm really pissed off, he's opening a lot of stuff in Texas, but apparently there's like a list of states that you can't, like, from California, if you're flying from California to Texas, you are quarantined for 14 days.
Which is longer than anybody has for vacation, right? Like, that's not, you don't go to vacation somewhere and expect to tack on an extra 2 weeks.
Now, granted, this is something that probably we all should have looked into, but
they should have been told.
But the airlines never tipped them off to this. No one's ever, this is just something that, we didn't know this was a thing. And it's only for select states. It's not for all the states. It's just like a very small number of states, and California happens to be one of them. So when they come in, they have to fill out this form, and I think it's like the Department of Public Health or something, and they have to fill out this form, and it says, okay, here, what is the address you're going to be staying at? And you have to stay at that address for 14 days and not leave it.
That's
And we'll
insane.
do periodic checks on you, like the police or whoever will do periodic checks to make sure that you're there for 14 days. This is what happens when you fly.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Because they could drive from California and not have to be quarantined.
And not have to be quarantined.
How much sense does that make?
It makes zero. This is why I know that none of this is based in science. None of it. So they're probably just going to have to drive. This is what's going to have to happen if we're going to see them. And it's you know what it is? You know what it is, you guys?
Attention, the bullshit meter has detected
Yeah.
major BS.
It is.
Confirmed. That's
It's
definitely
confirmed.
some bullshit.
It's that. It's confirmed
Now,
BS.
I saw somebody say Hawaii's doing it too, which I totally understand. Hawaii is isolated. They're like in the middle of the ocean. This is a state that is connected with a whole bunch of other states that you can drive across the border into.
And California isn't the only one. It's not the only state. I mean, he's just willy-nilly picking states. Okay, let's not that state. He may be pissed off at California, and rightly so. Okay, I mean, I kind of understand it. All right, but at the same time, it's like he's picking states, and he's like, nah, that state and this state and this state don't really want anybody to fly here. And then if they do fly here, they have to be quarantined for 14 days. Who has?
Nobody has that.
And if you're flying on business or something, what are you going to do? Sit in a hotel room for 14 days before you can go back home? People can't do that. This is asinine. I swear to God. It's all willy-nilly. These people are not basing any of this crap on science. They're not. It makes zero sense because somebody could drive across the state line.
Yep.
And it's the same damn thing.
They're still coming from California.
These people are morons.
It doesn't make any. I mean, are there like border checks now?
Well,
like,
there actually was between, I think, Louisiana and Texas. They did have they were not letting people across the border. I honestly think that was happening. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody? I think that happened for a while, and then they said, "Okay, you can do that now."
What? But you still can't fly in. Mm-mm. So is it the thing of being on a plane from one of that doesn't make any sense?
It's just
none of that makes sense.
None of it makes sense. It's just this is so dumb.
Did you hear too? Speaking of things that don't make sense, I heard.
No, he didn't, Catherine. Abbott did not remove the restrictions. The executive order is still up. It's still up
for
the flying. Abbott has removed restrictions for like all the things except for this flying garbage. The flying garbage is still there because believe me, we were up until 10:30 last night looking and freaking out. I mean, it's like we were freaking out about it.
So in LA, the mayor, that Garcetti guy, says that when you go to the beach, because you can swim, but you cannot sit. You can't lay out, but you can be active and swimming. Oh my God. Just can't take a break.
These people.
But it gets worse because he not only said that you can swim but not sit, you can only be on the wet sand. You can't be on the dry sand.
Where is the data to support this? I want to know.
What in the world?
It's like we've got governors who are just like, it's kind of like our governor here. He was like, well, you're allowed to do this, but you can't do this. You're allowed to do this, but you can't, you can't get your own coffee in a convenience store.
Only now you can.
And now you can because people bitched about it. Yeah, I mean, it's because science, right? They're not basing any of this on science. They're basing it on their power pants. It's all about how tight their power pants are.
It totally is. I mean, without question, it is.
And the flying thing, I'm sorry, it makes no sense. Zero sense.
So what her kids might do is like fly to Shreveport and then drive, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess they could do that, or they may just drive the 25 hours. Which to me, as a parent, is asinine because I don't want them in a car for 25 hours.
Yeah.
It's not, to me, that's less safe, right? It's like.
Well, just have them do that one way and then fly back. Because what are they going to do? They get to the airport and they're going to be like, how have you been here? I mean, what are they going to do? Not let them go? You know what I mean?
Like a one-way ticket back. Yeah. It's just, you guys, this is the dumbest thing.
It's so dumb. It doesn't make none of this makes any sense.
And we don't want them to cancel their trip because we want to see them. And we've been planning this for like 4 months. I'm so sick of government. I'm so sick of government right now.
Everything is insane.
I'm so over them.
I need to find that picture of this one. You guys, did you see the WAPO spread on Stacey Abrams where she was featured looking like a superhero.
Is that not ridiculous? That's Stacey Abrams, you guys. That is Stacey Abrams. I mean, do you recognize her?
I mean, and the whole article, there was not a single word in it about what she has done in her career.
I mean, why would you list
There's
accomplishments?
Not a single thing in there
No.
about her policy ideas. It's all fluff about how she looks like a supermodel. I am not joking. Here is she has been pitched as a runway supermodel. And this is here's the quote from the actual article. Pandemonium ensues as Abrams walks to the far left of the stage like a runway supermodel, stops on a dime, poses, tilts her head slightly, and smiles.
Oh my God.
It's nauseating. Rob, you got mail.
It's crazy. Oh, Richard, you said Oklahoma City. They have the same restrictions. We looked last night. Oklahoma City is just as crazy right now. It's crazy, you
Rob,
guys.
look at all the
Everybody's
cool stuff we got.
Look, Rob.
Look,
we got
my high school
got-
friend made us masks that say you can fark off.
and we got birdhouses. Look, and look, this is my favorite.
You gotta be kidding me. That's 3 gallons of bullshit. And it's
We're so gonna be using this like all day long. Okay,
Not
so
on the air.
Did I hear you
Obviously.
say Stacey Abrams is a model?
Well, that's what the WAPO
They're
is
trying
saying.
to make her like a Marvel superhero.
Is she like the before on like those Weight Watchers commercials and stuff?
We are not fat shaming on this
No,
program.
No, I'm
she's
just asking, like,
no,
those are
she's
models.
more of like a glamour don't. That's what she is. She's a
This
glamour.
is a joke, right?
No,
No,
that
it's
is
not
how
it.
the
This
WAPO
is-
characterized her.
This is how the WAPO is. This is how the mainstream media is.
I mean-
They're making her a superhero.
They are saying to Joe Biden, pick her. And I've been saying that she is the pick for I don't know how long. How long have I been saying
well,
this?
good luck with that.
I mean, I've
she's
been saying this
she
forever.
is a loser.
She's a total loser.
Loser.
She has been a state legislator, and since then, after losing the governor's race, she's run a PAC or something.
So
Like,
there
she's
you
not
go.
doing
So
anything of
you
value.
have a groper and a loser. Put them together.
She is a black woman, and apparently Democrats care. In fact, she said out loud, I only care about identity politics because identity politics wins. She said that. So, I mean, she's running on the fact that she's a black woman and nothing else.
Wow, that's pathetic.
Right?
When you get to that point and you're just like, all I care about is my skin color.
Yeah. That's what she's saying.
And my lady parts. That's all. I don't care about what I've done.
Because she hasn't done anything.
No.
She hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But listen, I've got brown skin and I've got a vagina. Look. Wow.
Hey,
that's
Rob.
pathetic.
I could put all sorts of audio, like so much audio. Sorry.
There's a lot of audio, Rob.
So many. And we have 4 ads today. Sorry.
Anyway.
Also, hey, great news on the vaccine front, right?
Is
so
it?
Moderna, biotech company Moderna.
Yeah,
why,
I
you
don't.
like
I
this?
don't. Well, I don't really agree with you on the fact that it's great news. It's not
Why?
really great news yet because it's an early clinical trial. I mean,
Right, but it's like they've passed like a significant milestone. This is really fast to me.
it's yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they're not the
It's-
only ones working on a vaccine.
It's a phase 1, so I mean that's neat. But you have to go through 3 phases, and usually phase 3 clinical trial lasts like 3 years. So it's neat, but I mean this is a safety trial. It's not an efficacy trial. It's just safety. This is the thing. A lot of these companies, man, they're doing this and they're coming out with these. We've got such great news because they're trying to get stock to go up. I just don't have a lot of.
Well, but they've done. I mean, they're actually doing the things.
Yeah,
right?
but they had 45 participants in that trial. That's what that says. But if you look at if you look at clinicaltrial.gov, there are 150 participants in that trial. 45 had.
This was all 45 participants got antibodies.
There were 150. There were 150 in that trial.
Are you sure it's the same one?
Yes.
Because this isn't that link I sent you last week.
No, I looked it up.
Okay.
There are 150 in that trial.
So, I mean, they're promoting this as huge neuse, and Trump
I
is
mean-
like, oh my God, we're going to have a vaccine before school starts,
I'm
which
not
is
trying.
not going
I'm
to
not
happen.
trying to be Debbie Downer. I'm just saying.
And there's going to be a whole bunch of people that are like, I refuse to take it. This is what's going to happen.
Well, I mean,
a lot of people here. I know it because I've
listen,
seen the comments.
It's very quick.
It's really quick.
And
That makes
I'm
me
all
nervous,
about
too.
I'm all about vaccines, but when these are so quick, you guys, and they are, I lived in the world of pharma for a long time, and the fact that these are so quick and they're not going through the proper, you got to do like pharmacokinetic studies, and you got to do you got to do phases. You got to test on lots of people. You got to make sure you test and make sure you get like the serious adverse events and the you got to make sure that these things are safe
and those
to put in
time.
people, and it takes,
and even next year is fast.
It takes time,
right? Like next year is still really fast.
Yeah, it's fast. This is just a safety study. It's not an efficacy study. We just need to make sure that we are not doing this too quickly. That's all. I just get a little
and that's
weirded
why
out.
I wish Trump wouldn't say the things,
Well,
right? Like
and-
he's like, oh yeah, it'll be here before the end of the
Listen,
year.
I understand that he's very positive and optimistic, and I get it, but he didn't live in the world of pharma, and it just makes me nervous. All this is going really fast.
But the thing
I
is,
like
he's
that.
around the people that live in pharma. And they're probably saying to him, this cannot happen this year, and yet he's still going out and saying, oh yeah, it's going to be this year.
Yeah,
it's going to be tomorrow.
Because he's Mr. Let's do it. Let's push it through. But you can't push data. You know, you can't push testing. You got to test and retest. That's why. This is why everybody's like, oh my God, pharmaceuticals are so expensive. Well, I mean, this is why. Because sometimes it takes 10, 15 years to get a drug to market.
That seems really long.
Well, that's because this is why. It's because you got to test and I mean, phase 3 clinical trials, a phase 3, which is you have 1, 2, 3, right? A phase 3 trial may take 3 years. Just that alone.
Because they got to see. They got to see.
You got to test people.
And you got to see what happens over a period of time.
Yeah.
It's not like you just see what happens after 2 hours.
And it's not like
right?
you just test 20 people. You know, you got to make sure you have a big, broad spectrum of people to test. It just, that's all.
But the good news is that there's a whole bunch of places, including Moderna, that's working on it.
A lot of people.
Hopefully we'll have like a bunch of choices.
Listen,
and they'll all work the same.
I love that there's a wide net, and I am all about vaccines. I am all about them. I will take one when they get a good, safe one.
I already saw people going, no vaccines ever. You know, there's like people
No. I love I think it's great. I mean, I get the flu vaccine every year, and I give it to my kid, and I believe in them. I just want to make sure that it is safe and that we're doing this responsibly and we're doing it thoroughly. And we're not doing it in such a quick way where we're just like, oh yeah, it's fine. And this is the best thing ever. And we're just going to do a phase 1 trial and then put it to market. We can't do that. That's not how it works.
And on our show today, we're going to be playing some seriously terrifying audio from Alan Dershowitz, which I was floored by.
What in the hell is he doing?
He's basically talking about forced vaccines and how it's absolutely within the governor or the government's purview to go into your home, grab you by the arm, and jab a needle into your arm. He's saying that out loud.
I can't believe he's saying that.
And you know what? He is exactly like Piers Morgan, right? And Bill Maher, who when they're right about a thing,
they're really
right. But those things are few and far between, right?
Yeah, and then when they're wrong, they're so wrong. Yeah, I mean, he's
crazy.
I totally agree. I was
like floored by that.
To take you out of your home and then shove a needle in your arm? Like, come on. Okay, dude.
It was terrifying to hear this from him.
It really was.
Because he's a constitutional attorney. I mean, I don't even know
how do you square those two?
Yeah,
I don't.
Wow.
I know.
So tune in to our show, 93 WIBC, WIBC.com from 9 to 11 Eastern if you're not here in Indianapolis to listen locally.
Yeah.
Also, we're recording another podcast today, the Mock and Daisy Common Sense Cast, that will come out tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about a very strange ACLU lawyer by the name of Strangio, Chase Strangio, and his problems with dead naming.
Of course, his job is as an ACLU lawyer.
Of course.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, and he was also Chelsea Manning's lawyer. So
we're going to be talking about that.
You can imagine where that conversation's going to go.
And how you can't dead name.
Can't
do that anymore.
Especially when someone is actually dead.
You can't do that.
Can't.
Mm-mm.
So
just don't think about doing that. And don't think about flying right now. And if you fly, make sure you get online and look at all the restrictions.
Yeah, because it's on you. That research is on you.
It's
Otherwise,
on
you're going to be locked up in a residence inn somewhere for 2 weeks.
For 14 days. Because governors have their power pants on, you guys. They've got their tight power pants on.
Man, they are busting out of those power pants.
Good Lord. Okay, bring it in. Bring it in, you guys. It's Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Okay, you guys.
And thank you for all these amazing gifts.
So happy. You guys, thank you. Thank you very much. We're so appreciative. Thank you so much. We love you guys so much. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Bye everybody.